One of the biggest massacres were perpetrated on the Timorese people, and they just started shooting indiscriminately. They said over 270 people died right there and then. I'll tell you, man. I got a newfound appreciation for rice that I eat. Oh my God, there's a huge spider here. Holy shit, that's the end of me. How beautiful is this? Absolutely gorgeous. Middle of nowhere. Just nature and you. And really just so somber, so long, such a struggle for so many years, so many centuries. Welcome to Timor-Leste. Right, country 164, East Timor. Let's go see what this country has on offer. All right, so out of Singapore, I have to stop in Bali so that I can grab a flight to East Timor. So let's do this. I first learned about East Timor in college when I was taking a class on independence movements. I knew full well that the country had gone through so much and was super curious to see how this country earned its independence despite the odds stacked against it. I was also told by friends about the rich culture, traditions, and nature of the country, so I traveled a crazy distance to learn more about this unique island nation. Landed! When I landed and got a taxi, I still remember the first thing the driver told me after I mentioned I was living in LA. He said, "How are the fires in LA? It looked really bad. Is everyone okay?" And I was thinking, I am literally clear across the world, in a country most Americans can't even point to on a map. And yet, because of the age of social media, this guy was asking me about LA. Unreal. And you prefer to speak English, not Portuguese? What do they speak here in East Timor?
Tetun.
Tetun, that's right. Tetun.
And English. Indonesian, Portuguese, little bit.
Little bit, but
Yeah.
your English is good.
Thank you.
When I was researching places to visit in East Timor, I really wanted to check out the town of Baku, the island of Jako, and the mountain of Tatamalu. But my time was super limited, and from what I learned, the roads are not that great. So instead, I decided to explore the capital and do day trips not too far from the city in terms of getting a sense of what East Timor is all about. So right here is the Thais market, which is kind of like a local market, artisan market, right in the middle of town. Cool, pretty cool spot. Definitely recommend coming and checking it out for like cool souvenirs and little artisan stuff. So did you know that the country with the highest percentage of Catholics is right here in East Timor? So East Timor now peaceful?
Yeah, all people are Catholic, Muslim, peaceful, not fight.
No more fighting.
No more fighting.
Good, man. Over 96% consider themselves Catholic right here. And this church is the biggest church or cathedral here in East Timor. So East Timor, since 1999, or really when it gained independence finally and ratified in the 2000s, early 2000s, it has become a republic. It has a president and a prime minister. Prime minister obviously holds the most power, but even the president here can veto certain legislation and so forth and has quite a lot of power. And this is basically the Palacio de Governo, which is, I guess, the main federal building, the main government building in the country. And I think it's been here for quite a while. You can tell by the architectural style. Like I said earlier, one of the biggest reasons I came to East Timor was to better understand the country's struggle for independence. I was able to do just that by visiting two powerful museums in the capital. They left me teary-eyed and incredibly proud to be among such a strong and resilient group of people. So I just went through the museum, it's called the Archive Museum of Resistance. I wasn't allowed to take pictures inside, but really incredible museum that kind of just documents and chronicles the history of Timor's struggles. Obviously the main focus of it is against Indonesia between 1974-75 all the way through to their complete independence and gaining their status as a republic, an official republic and a UN sovereign nation in May of 2002. The reality also, the Portuguese have a hell of a history here as a colonial power, even the Japanese and so forth. So again, just super happy that they were able to create something like this and really preserve the nature of this incredible country's movement for independence.
Given those struggles, you'll find statues all over the capital commemorating the War of Independence and its leaders. These are just reminders for future generations of what their forefathers fought for to become one of the world's newest nations in 2002 and a darling of the United Nations and the global community. One of the most profound moments of the trip was visiting the Santa Cruz cemetery, where over 200 people were killed protesting the Indonesian occupation.
So it was right here in the Santa Cruz cemetery that one of the biggest massacres were perpetrated on the Timorese people from the Indonesian forces in 1991. So what they wanted to do is really kind of raise awareness to the desire for independence. And Indonesian forces saw these youth students kind of coming into the cemetery to protest, and they just started shooting indiscriminately. They said over 270 people died right there and then. And thankfully, some Australian journalists caught it all on camera. And I think it really raised awareness to just the atrocities that were perpetrated here back in that time before the country finally gained its independence around 10 years later.
It felt surreal, not just because people died there on the graves of their ancestors, but because that single event in November 1991 was a turning point that pushed the global community to support East Timor's path to independence. While I was walking between the graves, it suddenly started getting cloudy and rainy, which made the experience even more profound and eerie.
Okay, it's a Sunday, and I'm trying to find a coffee, which I think is going to be near impossible in a country as Catholic as East Timor. Hallelujah. A coffee shop.
So on the second day, I met the guy to arrange a trip, and off I went with a group of Peace Corps volunteers to the rice plantations, about an hour and a half outside the city. The road was no joke, but the driver was great, and we got there in one piece. And honestly, I didn't know much about Peace Corps volunteering, but after I spoke with the volunteers, I really respected what they do, and they represent a side of America that we really should hold on to, regardless of your politics.
The road wasn't built that long ago, but it is falling apart because you can see the waterfall there. During the rainy season, there's just a lot of landslides. So pretty crazy to get to this location up in the mountains, but beautiful greenery. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. Planting rice right here in the paddies. It's gonna get pretty muddy, so I'm not wearing boots. But when in Rome, shit, I'm about to fall. As you can see, I hiked up my shorts. Oh my God, there's a huge spider here. Holy shit.
And then we like this.
You separate it out. Got it. There you go. Now the secret has been revealed. All right, let's do it. You see, you gotta get two. Way too
zealous. And then you put it in about 10 centimeters in. Hope the gutter doesn't fall. See? Like that. And you put it in. See there? Cut half the root out. I'll tell you. I got a newfound appreciation for rice that I eat. And there's bugs in here. But it's a beautiful day. Done and dusted. At least for now. I don't think I fully appreciated farming until that trip. Planting rice is no joke. It's not for the faint of heart. We also did a little fishing, though I didn't catch anything.
Never gone fishing before. Clearly. Walk again,
And we learned how they grow local produce, which they later cooked for us for lunch. At the end of the day, we even got to plant some trees. I really hope I can go back one day so I can see that tree fully bloomed.
How beautiful is this? Absolutely gorgeous. Middle of nowhere. Just nature and you.
One of the highlights of the day was meeting Caesar,
Me, Caesar salad.
a renowned master chef who truly lives by the farm-to-table philosophy. But what impressed me even more than his cooking was his deep knowledge of his culture, history, and traditions. I learned so much from that conversation, and I promised I'd visit his restaurant in the city before I left. In fact, that evening we went to his restaurant, and man, was it absolutely delicious.
So Caesar here, master chef, and basically, what do you see like in terms of East Timor's ability to kind of really embracing ecotourism?
Agriculture system, we're still behind, so we're still very traditional. And it's slowly growing. I'm not worried about that, but moving from not organic to non-organic is something that worries me a lot. So we are right now working with Permaculture Timor-Leste. We want to promote mostly organic and then protect the local seedlings, protect the local kind of like plants that been here that resist the many different climates in this country. The farm to table also focus on organic planting, so it's all integrated. So animals, manure, and everything go back to compost, compost to farm to restaurant collecting all of the vegetables, processing to meal, and then waste from the restaurant go back.
Amazing.
Organic. So we are actually zero waste.
What's the name of the restaurant?
Delicious Ilumano. It's 40 minutes from Dili.
Awesome, man. You guys need to check that out when you come here to East Timor.
Welcome to Timor-Leste.
One thing I immediately noticed was the incredible amount of street art showing signs of a better future. Education, hope, peace. And again, all these things are not surprising, given what the country has endured over the last 40 years. Despite being a small island, East Timor grows a lot of its own produce, which makes the cuisine incredibly fresh and flavorful.
I had to do it. Chicken satay. Oh, I'm hungry.
Towards the end of one of the days, I found this amazing restaurant called Agora Food Studio. Very much built around the farm-to-table concept, and not surprisingly, the food was fantastic.
So this food is we homemade the local pumpkin noodles.
Okay.
The soup is we homemade for the tomato and paprika.
Okay.
The big onion, big capsicum, and also a little bit canned nuts.
Okay.
And also we put some salt and pepper.
Okay.
And also the pumpkin noodles is we homemade, the fresh one.
Okay.
And also we steam with the fresh coconut. We steam with the coconut noodles, and also we put some also fresh coconut milk.
Okay. And also local prawns and local chicken with the noodles. I am actually physically drooling, just considering how good this looks. Oh yeah. Even tastes better than it looks. Unbelievable. Didn't even think it was possible. Great choice. Running to the second largest Jesus monument in the world after Rio, right over there.
On the final day, despite starting to feel sick, I decided to run to and then hike up to the statue of Jesus. It was a hot and muggy day, but seeing it up close was truly mesmerizing, especially the view from atop. Built by the Indonesians in 1995 as a sign of friendship and probably even forgiveness for all the years of atrocities. But now it's a relic of the past and still holds a lot of value and a lot of love for the people here in East Timor. It's beautiful. Best way to refresh. While my time in East Timor was short, the experience was profound. This country has come such a long way from the days of fighting against overwhelming force, and now I can finally understand why. The pride of the people in their traditions, their language, religious beliefs, community, and family meant they had no choice but to stand up to anyone who dared threaten their people. I loved the food, wandering the streets in the countryside, learning about the history and the culture, and meeting the incredible people who made my visit simply unforgettable. Obrigado, East Timor. I hope to return soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed this mini tour of the country of East Timor and saw how much this country has gone through in the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I hope you had a chance to see how resilient the people are and how much potential there really is here. Have you ever been to East Timor? If so, please comment below. I would love to learn about your experiences. And also, when I come back, I can learn more about where I can go next. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you on my next journey.